Despite the fact that the Detroit Lions do not play until Saturday night against the Washington Commanders, the Lions have already got at least one thing that they can be happy about in regards to the rest of the NFC North. We're going to talk about it, so stay tuned.
What are we? What makes us what we are and what we're going to be? It's grit. It's what we started with last year, guys. It doesn't matter if you have one ass cheek and three toes. I will beat your ass.
Can definitely compete with the big dogs.
10-5, end zone, touchdown, Detroit Lions.
You guys are unbelievable, man. I'm telling you.
We are driven by Detroit.
Hello, Detroit Lions friends, fans, and family members. Welcome on back to yet another episode of MCM Motor City Mania. I'm your host, David T. Pike, and as always, we're diving on in. My friends, I'm going to tell you something right now. It's not often that I get a chance to make an episode like this. It's not often that I get an opportunity to realistically dog the entirety of an NFL division. But that is exactly what I'm going to do with this episode. I'm going to tell you this right now. For us Lions fans, this has been a very peculiar, very interesting year. Why is that? Well, number one, to have the entirety of the remainder of the division pretty much in competition with you, not only for the division title itself for the majority of the year, but also up until the last damn game of the year, you're also not only fighting for that, you're also fighting for the number one seed. You have a very peculiar year. It's not something that typically happens all that often. But what made this year even more peculiar, more interesting, is that from word go, all us Lions fans had to hear was how we were frauds, how one of the other three teams, all from their individual fan bases, were going to somehow stick it to us, kick us off our thrones, show us how we were frauds, show us how we don't belong. And that was pretty much all we heard damn freaking year. And again, like I said, it didn't matter if it was from the Bears, didn't matter if it was from the freaking Packers, didn't matter if it was from the freaking Vikings. They all said the same damn thing. But here's why making this episode is one that I'm going to just absolutely deliciously enjoy making. Last night, I finally was able to get to the point where I could make this episode. Because last night, the Minnesota Vikings were eliminated in probably the most embarrassing fashion out of all the teams so far in the playoffs. And it's like, okay, now I can have this moment. Now I can have my fun. Because here's why. Us Detroit Lions fans, we have had to endure the jeers, the sneers. We've had to endure the jokes. We've had to go through a lot of crap over the years. From whether it was Bears fans, Vikings fans, Packers fans, it didn't matter. We had to take it all because we really didn't have anything to hang our hat on. It was like, yep, you guys can just say whatever you want because we really don't have anything to, kind of counter with. But now it's quite exactly the opposite. Let's think about this season, folks. As I said, every single team, Bears, Vikings, Packers, all wanted to say that we were frauds and we were going to get knocked off our perch. Let's start with the Bears, shall we? The Bears fans, I'm going to tell you this right now. All damn offseason, what did we Lions fans, and I'm just going to say it for everybody, the entirety of the damn NFC North had to hear, was that the Bears were going to dominate the North because why? They had a trio of wide receivers in freaking Odunze and freaking DJ Moore and, they had also gotten Keenan Allen, and then, they pick up DeAndre Swift, who'd had a great year with the freaking, Eagles prior to that, and they had drafted the generational talent Caleb Williams. And I had to listen to that for virtually it was like on freaking repeat. Had to rehear not only that, but that stupid statement by Ryan Poles over and over again by the freaking fans. We're going to take the North and we're never going to get it back. Okay, I'm going to say this right now. So far, you dumb Bears sycophants, the only thing you've taken is a whole bunch of ass whoopings and a whole bunch of heartbreaks. It's been ass whooping after ass whooping, heartbreak after heartbreak. You want to know why? Because let's think about this. Yeah, you guys started out all right. You started out 4-2. But you want to know what was the straw that broke your guys' back? It was Jaden Daniels throwing that freaking fourth quarter Hail Mary that was what broke you all. Because from there until the last game of the season, it was nothing but L, 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 L. And here's the funny part about this. You Bears fans wanted to constantly dog, not just the Lions, the rest of the NFC North. You wanted to dog everybody because you wanted to say that because of your offense and that the fact that you had a great defense, you were going to absolutely terrorize us. And I remember very specifically, and the fans that watch this show, you guys can all back me up on this. Remember how I said that the Bears, got a great set of weapons. Good running back, they got Caleb Williams. But remember specifically what I said. What the hell did you all do with your offensive line? Zip, Budkiss, nada. The Bears did literally nothing virtually with their offensive line. They pretty much kept the same damn offensive line as they had last year. They did nothing to fix it. And you want to know why they lost all those games virtually? Is because they didn't fix their offensive line. Because let me ask you this question. How the hell are you supposed to win games when your supposed GOAT quarterback, your supposed quarterback that's going to be the best of all time, takes 68 sacks in his damn rookie season, folks? Now you can say some of that's because he held onto the ball too long, but how in the hell is he supposed to freaking do anything with the ball when the offensive line is literally a damn sieve? That's my whole point. For the Bears fans that wanted to talk mad smack all off season and then wanted to get all high up on their horse because they were 4-2 and they were looking competitive in the NFC North and it looked like they were going to do something. Oh, that's right. You went from 4-2 to finishing the year 5-12. Now, I will say this. The one thing I can say is the Bears' saving grace in all this is that thank you for humiliating the Packers in the very last game of the season. Because that was fun. I'll admit, I tuned in to watch that game at the very end of it, like the last 5 minutes. And I got to see the freaking Packers absolutely I saw the Bears beat the Packers, and it was absolutely lovely to behold. Because it's like, listen, the Packers, they should have absolutely trounced the Bears. Should have just destroyed them, decimated them. And the Bears absolutely come out and they play a competitive game and they win 24-22. So yeah, the Bears season, I'll say this, it was an absolute disaster, but at least you ended it on a high note. But the point of the matter is that for all the mad smack you guys wanted to talk in the offseason about how you were going to do X, Y, Z, you guys didn't do anything. The only thing you guys did was bend over and take it. That's pretty much about all you guys did because you didn't really do anything else. Now, let's move on to the next team, shall we? Let's move on to the Packers. Oh, goody. I'll tell you this right now. I don't know which team I love to dog more, Packers or Bears, but sometimes it feels like it's a close toss-up. But right now, my God, I got to tell you this. How the Packers have fallen. How the mighty have fallen. And justifiably and righteously so. Let's think about this. Again, much like the Bears, all offseason, us Lions fans had to hear about how their supposed quarterback, Jordan Love, was going to be the next installment of their Hall of Fame freaking, lineup of quarterbacks. Because think about it. The Packers have had some damn good quarterbacks. You go back to the very beginning, Bart Starr. Then you have Brett Favre. You have Aaron Rodgers. But here's the funny part I find about all this. Is that after Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers, after one measly damn season of starting football, you have these dumb Packers fans that want to say that Jordan Love is going to be the next Hall of Fame quarterback for the Packers. Well, I'm going to tell you this right now. That is not at all what happened this year. In fact, it couldn't have been further from the damn truth. Just take a look at Jordan Love's production this year. He finished the year with a 63.1 completion percent. That was ranked 22nd. He finished with less than 3,500 yards, ranked 19th. He had 8 in average a throw. That was at least pretty good. Tied for 4th. He had 25 touchdowns, tied for 10th. Also had 11 interceptions, but finished the year with a sub 100 passer rating of 96.7, which ranked 12th. That's the regular season. So I'm going to say this right now. Does that even come close to elite numbers? Not even in the same damn stratosphere, same universe even. And it certainly is not worth $220 damn million. That's what I'm trying to say right now. I tried to say this way back when the whole, slew of quarterbacks were getting their contracts this offseason, including ours. But again, my quarterback actually earned his money. Because, that's right, he finished in top damn 5 conversation for virtually every single statistical category. And, by the way, if it weren't for the fact that Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson were having absolutely crazy years, he would have most likely won the MVP. Let's just call for what it is. Jared Goff definitely had earned the MVP if all else had not happened. But Packers fans decided that they were going to pay $220 million to a guy who'd only had 1 starting season's worth of production. With Goff, he's been a starter since virtually day 1 in the NFL, and, by the way, been to a Super Bowl, and, by the way, been to 2 NFC Conference Championship games, and, by the way, has had multiple division titles. Jordan Love has had none of those things. Jordan Love's never won a division. Jordan Love's never been to a conference championship game. Jordan Love's never been to a Super Bowl. The only thing Jordan Love can say that he's done, won 1 playoff game. Which, mind you, that was against the Dallas Cowboys. That was fun to watch, I will admit. But does that make you worth $220 million? Hell freaking no, it doesn't. And let's put it this way. You guys paid him that $220 million after only 1 season worth of production, and then to start this year, he was wanting to be a holdout. He said, listen, I'm not going to show up until I get paid. And it's like, wait a minute here. You're the quarterback of the team. You're supposed to be the leader. You're supposed to provide the example. And yet, what's your example? I'm not going to show up until I get what I want. Man, where have I heard this playbook before? Oh, that's right, Aaron Rodgers. And since you guys are wanting to say that, Jordan Love's supposed to be the next Hall of Fame installment, consider the fact that the last 2 guys that you've had as your Hall of Fame quarterbacks, personally, are definitely pieces of work. Brett Favre stealing money from people during a time of need, and Aaron Rodgers just being Aaron Rodgers. Just simply saying, you guys surely know how to pick them. But my whole point of the matter is how the thing with the Packers definitely finished the year. I'm going to tell you this right now. For the Packers that wanted to say that they were going to reestablish themselves as the kings of the NFC North, how did your supposed quarterback that you guys placed all of this stuff on at the beginning of the year do in the playoffs? Oh, that's right. He played absolutely horrendous. Your elite quarterback was 20 of 33 for 60.6%. Through 212 yards, no touchdowns, and count them, not 1, not 2, but 3 interceptions for a 41.5 passer rating. Now, I know Packers fans are going to say, well, that's not fair. We lost a whole lot of players during the damn game. We lost Elton Jenkins. We lost Romeo Doubs. We lost this. We lost that. I don't give a damn. You want to know why I don't give a damn? Because I've heard all these arguments before when Jared Goff had to go through this. Everyone wanted to say, oh, he's the quarterback. He's supposed to elevate everybody else's play. And that was before he got paid his big paycheck. But yet Jared Goff has continued to do his job even after he got paid. So my question to you Packers fans is this. Where was your $220 million elite quarterback in your guys' most desperate time of need? Why did he not elevate the rest of your team to play better? The point of the matter is, he wasn't there because he was never there to begin with. In fact, I would be willing to bet he was probably on the toilet having a lactose, a lactose intolerance episode. That's my whole point. You guys quite literally put so much faith in stock and wanted to tell everybody else that we were the idiots, and yet when push came to shove, the one thing you wanted to tout in our face more than anything, it literally went all to crap for you. Because think about that. You guys lost against the Eagles, and the Eagles weren't even trying that hard. You want to know how I weren't trying? You want to know how I know they weren't trying that hard? When I see a freaking football player on the sideline, A.J. Brown, and he quite literally pulls a book out and starts reading it. You're in the middle of a playoff game. You should have all of your attention be on what's going on in that field. This dude is so relaxed. This dude is so nonchalant. He pulls out a book and starts reading it. Not even the playbook, just a regular ass book, and starts reading it. You want to talk about being absolutely, totally not invested in that game? That's about as close as it's going to get. Just saying. And finally, we come to the last one. The one, I'm telling you this right now. Normally, I don't have a problem with the Vikings. I normally don't. But this year, the Vikings fans, oh my good Lord. You guys literally, dude, you tried everything you could to really get under Lions fans' skins. And I'm telling you this right now. We got ours back in freaking spades. Because I'm going to tell you this right now. Honolulu Blue Flu struck again. Not only did you guys get your ass whooped by us in the last game of the season to not only lose the division, but to also lose the number 1 seed, you then go out for your wild card game against a supposed inferior opponent, and you get your ass whooped in that game. I'm telling you this right now. The fact that you guys wanted to for so long say that you guys were the better team and that you guys were going to show us how we were the frauds, how we were not deserving of being where we were at, I find it kind of funny that for 2 straight weeks you literally got your asses handed to you on a silver platter. Think about that. For 2 straight weeks, all you were able to manage to muster was 9 points. Think about that. 9 points. That's all you were able to muster for 2 straight weeks. For a supposedly great offense, that's horrible. A supposed offense that has Aaron Jones, Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, TJ Hawkinson, and you literally over a 2-week span only can muster 18 damn points. That's horrible. And for all of the smugness that you guys wanted to have, saying about how you guys were the best team in the NFL because you guys went 14-3 with a backup quarterback, then wanted to herald that backup quarterback, aka Sam Darnold, as if he was the next greatest thing on the planet. Yet, wait a minute here. Not only did your offense not do good in those 2 games, how did that boy do in those 2 games? How did your supposed great quarterback do in those 2 games? I'll tell you how he did. He was 43 of 81 for 53.1%, 411 yards for 5.1 an average throw, 1 touchdown to 1 interception for a 66.4 average. A 66.4 rating. I'm going to tell you what I said a couple of weeks ago. That is Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold is exactly who we thought he is. When you put him under pressure, you put him against some really great opponents, you put him in a position where it's all on him to make things happen, he can't do it. He ghosts on you because that's what he's seeing is ghosts. And this is the same guy that there are Vikings fans out there saying, hey, wouldn't it be a smart idea if we sign Sam Darnold and then trade J.J. McCarthy? I'm going to say this right now. You do you, but if you do that, I will laugh my ass off from here to the day I die. Because that would be the biggest, dumbest mistake the Vikings could ever make. Sam Darnold had a great year because this was the first year he's had any sort of real talent around him. But the point of the matter is, all that talent that he had, it didn't change a damn thing as far as how he is and who he is when the pressure's on. He's still the same damn quarterback. And then let me put it to you this way. You guys who wanted to say that we weren't nothing, that we were frauds, I'm sorry. We not only earned the number 1 seed by beating your ass twice and beating your ass in humiliating fashion on the last week of the season, but wait a minute here. Who swept the NFC North? A perfect 6-0. Oh, that was us. Who also in the same damn season swept the AFC South? That was us. And oh, by the way, remind me here, the same team from the AFC South, the Texans that we beat, they're still in the playoffs. You guys are not. My God, what a coincidence. But let me ask you this question, just to add a little bit more to it. What was your damn excuse as to why you couldn't win against a inferior team in the Rams? You didn't have an excuse. Because let's think about it. You guys were healthy. You guys weren't really missing anybody major. Yeah, you guys had some guys that were lost, but you guys traded to bring in other guys, a.k.a. your left tackle. You traded for somebody to fill in for him. So the point of the matter is going into that game against the Rams, you were mostly healthy. You'd already said you were the superior team because you had superior talent. Your wide receiver core was supposedly going to show that young group of cornerbacks for the Rams who was truly boss. And yet all you showed was a repeat of the 2022 season. Tell me I'm wrong. In the 2022 season, you guys went 13-4 with Kirk Cousins, and then you lost to the Giants in the wild card round. What did you do this year? You went 14-3 and lost to the Rams in the wild card round. Pretty much what I'm trying to say here is all Kirk Cousins did is went from wearing number 8 to wearing number 14. That's literally all he did. You guys repeated 2022 and showed that you guys are an expert in crapping the damn bed. That's all you did. Tell me I'm wrong. Because here's what makes this whole thing absolutely funny, is when you take a look at us, you take a look at my team, we earned the number 1 seed. We earned it. We deserved it. Because think about it. What did we have to do to get that number 1 seed? We had to bust our ass for it. Damn, we damn near broke ourselves for it. How many freaking injuries did we have on our defense, and yet we still earned the number 1 seed? For all of the defensive starters that we lost, we should not even be in the playoffs. For all of the damn starters on defense that we lost, we should not even have the record we have. But yet we are 15-2, despite the fact that we have not had our best defensive player since, week 5, week 6? Despite the fact that we've lost guys like Aleem McNeil, Carlton Davis, and all of these other guys, we're still 15-2. We're still the number 1 seed. That's my whole point here, folks. We literally, with a hobbled-ass defense, were able to show we still earned, we still had deserved the number 1 seed. And here's the thing. That hobbled-ass defense that we had for the majority of the regular season, it's now getting healthy. And we've already seen what this defense, when it's mostly healthy, can do. It can shut people down. Because let me put this out there for you. How many games did we lose this year? Oh, that's right. We only lost 2 games. How many points do we lose grand total? How many point differential? What was the point differential when we lost those 2 games? A grand total of 10 points. So even with a hobbled-ass defense, we lost by a grand total of 10 points over the 2 games we lost. Think about that. That's ridiculous. Oh, and just to wrap this episode up, since I went to such great lengths talking about the quarterbacks of the other teams in this episode, Caleb Williams, Jordan Love, Sam Darnold. Oh, that's right. Since your quarterbacks did so poorly, let's take a recap. Let's take a look at what my quarterback can actually do. A legit top 5 quarterback, a quarterback that earned his $212 million. Let's go back to last year. Oh, that's right. Jared Goff, the quarterback that supposedly choked in the playoffs, could never do anything in the playoffs. How did he do last year? Jared Goff was 77 for 111 for 69.4%. 5th best out of all quarterbacks in the playoffs during that time. 837 passing yards, 2nd most out of all quarterbacks in that time. 7.5 an average to throw, 5th best out of all quarterbacks. 4 passing touchdowns, tied for 4th out of all quarterbacks. No interceptions, with a 103.3 passer rating. 5th best out of all quarterbacks in the playoffs. So wait a minute here. What did I just say? Jared Goff, legit top 5 quarterback. All of his stats in the postseason last year, top 5. Pretty much every single statistic this year in the regular season, top 5. The only exception is QBR, which I think is ranked 6th or 7th? Everything else is top 5. So, as my title and my thumbnail, now combined, are about to tell all you Packers fans, all you Vikings fans, all you Bears fans, you arrogant NFC North rivals, you can sit your asses down and you can shut the hell up. You have learned the hard way. We run the NFC North, not your dumbasses. So if you ever want to try and play that game with us again, I'm going to bring up this year, and chances are we'll remind you again on the field. Your time is up. Period. Having said that, I'm going to end this episode because I've not only had my fun with this little rant, but I've proven my point. So, having said that, I'm going to say thank you all for watching another episode of MCM Motor City North. If you like what you saw, by all means, I highly want to encourage you all to watch the next episode. Also want to encourage you all to do one of these three things: like, comment, and subscribe. If by chance you subscribed in the past and you forgot to do so at the time, I want to highly encourage you all, please make sure you hit that bell notification icon at the bottom of the page so that way you guys never miss any more content that I push out. Also want to encourage you all, please make sure you share the content with your Lions friends and family members, and in this case, make sure you share it to any potential NFC North rival fan that you might know, because the more we can share this, the better it's going to do. And having said that, I hope you all enjoyed the content, whether this is your first time watching me or you guys have been watching me for as long as possible. The more we can, I'm telling you this right now, the more we can get people to come in and watch this content, the better it does. But I truly, whether or not you guys enjoyed it or not, I hope you got something out of it. Also hope everybody out there has got something in their life that makes them happy, makes them smile. God bless, my friends, and until the next time we meet, I'll see you all in the next episode.